Yeah, the thing I saw in the sky yesterday, I guess yesterday was Odin's day, like the Norse god. Anyway, yesterday I saw that thing in the sky. It looked to me like a dead horse and the third temple in Jerusalem and a reptilian face with a very long tongue, um, which in my mind's eye, I immediately saw it as the fourth horseman, which is dead, and the third temple's creation, and the Antichrist Dajjal is a reptilian shapeshifter. So it's like, is what I've been seeing, because earlier in the day too, I saw a giant dragon, right, in like the clouds form around its face, right? It looks like it's pushing the clouds off its face. Anyway, for the most part, it seems as though what I'm looking at up there, when it's not thick cloud vapor, when it's thin, it's actually the fifth dimension, and I can see the outline of the spirit, the creatures in the fifth dimension. If you've been following my channel for a while, you could probably see it too, right? Like what I'm showing you. Anyway, so I'm thinking like what I saw yesterday was not like that. What I saw yesterday was three separate images placed near each other, just like when I saw the three images of the Christ and the other two crucifixes, one on either side, and then Jesus holding the book and pointing to it with the halo around his head, and then to the right of him the throne of God. Right, those were not in the same space and place at the same time, right? Those are three separate images, all next to each other, but with different whole backgrounds and spaces entirely. So it's almost as if something is drawing these images as a way of communicating with me. Like the thing I saw yesterday, the last video I uploaded, very much after I rewatched it and understood what I was looking at, it very much felt like I was being contacted. Like this is a way of communication through images, and it's not like a psychic thing, like I'm reading the mind of something. Like something is physically making that image there in the sky at that angle for me to see it from my position on the ground, right? Because if I was 3 blocks ahead, let's say, looking up at the same area, I would be looking at it from a different angle and I wouldn't see the same thing, right? So whatever is doing this, it's doing it specifically for me to see it, right? And don't get me wrong, like I don't record everything that I see, because it would just be way too much, right? Like earlier today I recorded so much crap, it's just like I can't fit all this into a video, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's so tedious, like doing all the editing and filtering and everything just so other people could see it. It's like a lot of work that I don't get paid for or anything. So it is a pain in the ass sometimes, especially since like I got a full-time job. I play a fucking online video game all the time. I got 2 daughters and a girlfriend and a father who's like me, and it's just like my life is fucking full already, and then I got these spirits and everything trying to communicate with me in the sky now, and it's like, at first I didn't think that's what it was. At first I thought I was just seeing spirits, but it seems like it's a mix of the two. Like sometimes I can see it as if it is a doorway into the 5th dimension or hell, but at other times, like I'm saying, it's like something's drawn something out for me to read it, interpret it, you know. I'm just going to start talking. So in the Talmud, right, it's a pretty secret religion of the Jews, right? Well, you know, when you think about like how are they in the top positions of almost every major corporation and all, you know, all that, in charge of all final touches, final saves before entertainment is put out to the public, all that stuff. You know, just the hidden hand itself is just, it's them, right? So it's like, well, how do they do that? You see, like they have a word for us, goy. I'm pretty sure the plural version is goyim or goyim, something like that. But the goy means sheep. So they're acting like the Christ, right? As in they have control over the sheep. They're the shepherds over flocks of sheep, right? And we're the sheep. Well, it's like, well, how do you control people without them even ever knowing you exist, you know? Well, one, I'm thinking, it's like, well, one thing is you take control of their mind by never letting them know. Okay, so this is, I think, point number one. You never let the sheep know anything about his surroundings, right? You never let him know what's on the other side of the fence, what's on the other side of the hills surrounding the property. You know, you keep it stupid, right? And when I think about it, it's like, well, how do they do that with us? How do they keep us stupid about our surroundings? Well, for one, like the shape of our planet, right? They're lying to us about that, right? It's flat, and they lie about what's out in the outside of this place, and they say it's empty vacuum of nothingness, you know, with giant burning balls of gas, just like, you know, that one there. And that's all a lie too. You see, that's an ocean up there. See, that's a greater light that God made, right? Why do you think the sky's blue when the sun's near it? The sun's on the inside here with us. It's simply lighting up the ocean that's on the outside. And when the sun goes outside of your area, when it rotates to the other area of the earth, okay, and you can't see it no more, the blackness, that's still the waters. You ever look at the ocean here on the surface, how black it is? But then in the daylight, with the greater light shining on it, in the shallow parts it is blue. You know, I'm just pointing out obvious things, right, that they lie to you about. They lie to you about the moon, the lesser light, right? And then they teach you all these things, and they teach you different types of geography and, you know, topographical maps and all these different facets of sciences and explanations, lines upon lines upon lines of of an explanation of what this is, right? But it's all institutionalized, right? Like it's all set up by the people underneath the elite, which is the Brotherhood, the Masonic, right? They only have their power because they're given it by the Jews at the top, right? So they tell them, well, you can have your Rolexes and your Rolls Royces, and you can have all the money you want, and you can have all the girls that you want, as long as you can hide good. And all these things you can keep as long as you continue to lie for us. You continue to set up the educational system for the public, right? You keep them thinking that this place is some floating ball in nothingness, right? That's why everything they teach you in your elementary schools is about this place, but it's all the lies, right? And then once you graduate and you go to high school, it's a little more in depth about the mathematics and English, history, all these other type of propaganda. And then you go into college for your skilled trades, right? So you learn more about what job you're going to be going into, or you go into the universities, and the universities are also set up by the Freemasonic Order, right? And they teach you how to be better at more complicated jobs, like being a doctor or a surgeon or other things like that, a movie director, right? All these types of things where you need to be literally a member of the synagogue of Satan to be at the top echelon of these careers, right? And the only way you get to that is you have to go through all the schooling, which is like, anywhere from 3 to 8, 9 years of university, which you're paying for the whole time. And then just to be one day faced with a deciding question, well, are you going to continue in this path and swear an oath, or are you going to give up after all the time and money wasted out of your life, right? And everybody chooses the same thing, and that's how they keeping us stupid, right? Now, the doctors will always lie to you. Doctors will always lie to you, right? They'll never tell you the truth. They'll never tell you what causes cancer. You know what causes cancer? Acid. Every type of acid under the sun. And it's in everything. They put it in everything. Anything you're eating or drinking right now, look at the back. Is there acid in it? That's causing your cells to mutate. Just saying. It's your pH balance. Has nothing to do with anything else. And the movies, they're going to lie to you. They're always going to show you a rotating globe of the earth in every single movie. And if it's not going to show it to you in the movie, it's produced by a company that has that as its logo, right? That's how they keep us stupid. They never let us know anything about the predicament that we're in. They never let us know who we are. We're not sheep. We're not sheep.